I see somebody already in here. I appreciate that. Make sure you like the video as you enter the chat. I got another good one for y'all today. And I appreciate all the love on my last video. I don't know if I'm gonna really keep this one up, but just like I told y'all, I was gonna push a lot of stuff out for y'all. Plus, I appreciate all the love. I told y'all when I started going through certain things, certain situations, I know a lot of guys go through it. When I'm going through something, I realize it's better for me to use it constructive and give y'all some good videos and make some good content for y'all. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I appreciate everybody for coming in. Make sure you like as you enter the chat room. I appreciate that. Because y'all know sometimes I do regular self-explanatory type of titles, but this one is not really self-explanatory, and that's where I really wanted to get into this one. I'm gonna give y'all some time. Thank you so much for all the love as usual. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Just giving y'all a little time. Just giving y'all a little time. I'm gonna set up while we giving everybody a little time to come into the chat room. I hope everybody had a wonderful week so far. I really appreciate all the love. If you haven't seen my last couple of videos, please make sure you support those videos and make sure you like them and make sure you comment if you can. Because I feel like God body came a long way. Just like I told you, when the Scorpio man, we go through a lot of evolving. We evolve a lot and we change a lot and we constantly growing. But it seems, even though we're growing, a lot of times it's hard for us to realize that just because we're growing doesn't mean everybody's going to be accepting of it. Doesn't mean everybody's going to compliment that. Don't mean everybody's going to accept that. A lot of people not going to accept that. As far as relationships, as far as relatives or anything, could be a friend, could be your co-workers, could be anything. But when you're changing, it's not quite accepted. And a lot of Scorpios, we go through this. A lot of us are very, very, very misunderstood. And a lot of people think all Scorpios stay in the same place. We all the same type of person, but that's not exactly who we are. We go through a whole lot, and it's definitely been a trying time, and it's been a happy time as well. But a lot of times I've been going through, a lot. It's always like one thing about us is like we just like anybody else. When you talking about dealing with a Scorpio man, you gotta understand we are not these totally dark gothic characters that always want everything to be a certain way and be dark, be gloomy or whatever. But a lot of times, when we're trying to grow, it's not, a lot of people don't make it comfortable for us. I make it quite easy for us to be, these friendly people. I be these loving people. I be these outgoing people that want to accept everybody in and bring everybody in. It's not, people don't make it easy for us to do that. And a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand. I'm trying to get to understand my Scorpio man, but he's very difficult. And I understand that. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna put my little stuff in. Make sure I speak everybody. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Rena Williams, P7? What's going on, Sky 11 Hook? How you doing? Sagittarius Woman 32. Yeah, you finally caught me. Yeah, that's why I try to switch the times for y'all so everybody can get an opportunity to, enjoy the video. Hey, Michelle Lawhorn. Hey, how you doing? Miss Lisa Scorpio. Hey, Cap Dominant Leo. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, 11 watching and one like, y'all. Yeah, yeah, y'all liking now. I really appreciate it though. One thing you got to understand when you're dealing with us, with dealing with anything, I know I make this clear to a lot of y'all when y'all come watch my video. It's not going to always be specifically, you know, based on Scorpio. It is going to be based on Scorpio, but it's something to take for everybody. Can take a little bit with them. That's why I enjoy having everybody, whoever watch the channel. Don't think because you're not Scorpio, oh, I can't watch this. It's gonna be all about Scorpio. It's not like that. It's very diverse when I come to bring the topics to y'all. Um, but one thing you got to understand is one thing about us is when you approaching us and when you're trying to get to understand us, you got to understand that we are closed off. We do have an introverted way and a mysterious aura around us where we don't like to have that many people around us. And it's not because of what people might think of it as. It's more of a reluctant. It's more of a almost a protective shield across us because anytime, just like I told y'all, anytime we try to bring people in, it's very difficult. Anytime we try to make people aware of how we are and who we are and try to make people understand us is very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people are not really close connected. A lot of people are just living this journey. Man, that's is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing the cookie cutter thing. Going into the everyday whatever. But at the same time, with us, is more deeper than that. We look at beyond that because regardless of what happens and who you are, a lot of people is not going to remember unless you're a big star, a big actor, or whatever. Nobody's going to remember the materials you had. Nobody's going to remember certain particular, things you had, certain appearances you had. You got to be able to look at the person for who they are. You got to be able to understand life for the deeper aspects, and that's what makes it hard for us to connect with people because most people are used to the average, same old, same old. Most people want to, have everything, um, just average, just average connection, average, relationships, average, everyday, boom, boom. But it's never ever really no real connection. It's never ever really no real understand. There's never really no real friendship. You can be around. It's cool. Have the cookie cutter topics, and I know a lot of people just coming to my stuff, so I'm trying to make y'all understand certain things. When I mean by cookie cutter, I mean like in the box, in a certain order, in a certain, and that's all right at times, but just like I heard from a wise man, everything, is not a rehearsal. Life is not a rehearsal. Life is not a choir rehearsal. Life is not a something that can be directed, something that goes in some type of perfect order. And I had to realize that, like I told y'all in my last video, I went through a lot of hardships. I went through a lot of losses, turmoil, a lot of different things like that. And it things like this, it deteriorates our whole being. It deteriorates our character if we let it get to us. If we don't think of the big picture. One thing you got to understand about us is we see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's why a lot of people don't see why how can we come out such hard times? How do we come out of such dark times? Because one thing about us, even though we might not see it exactly at that moment, we always see a light at the end of the tunnel. It don't matter what this person say. It don't matter what that person say. It don't matter what this tragedy happens. It don't matter what happens. We already know. We already had to understand that if we not annihilated, if we have another day to have breath in our body, then we can keep moving. We can keep pushing. I can keep strolling no matter how hard somebody try to knock me down, no matter what this person may say, or what that friend may say, or what that relative may say. You have one thing about us is we have a deep understanding of ourselves, which a lot of people don't. You gotta have some people gotta have that person all the time. Some people gotta have this person all the time. And yes, we do want love and relationships. We do want to build with people. We do want to have some type of close bond with people, but we understand a lot of people not going to understand that. A lot of people not going to understand us. A lot of people not going to get us. A lot of people are not going to appreciate us. Let me see. I'm going to. Okay, I got a couple of y'all in here now, so I can go deep into this. Can't believe it. Give me 1 second. And one thing you got to understand, this is a major part. One thing you got to understand is when you're dealing with a Scorpio relationship, or if you in a Scorpio relationship, you got to understand it's not it's like a plant, just like I put in the title. It's just like a plant, you know what I mean? And what I mean by it's just like a plant. Dealing with the Scorpio, don't just take it for relationships wise, but it's just like a plant. Is whatever results you get. And I'm not talking about just any type of Scorpio or any type of person. I'm talking about a person that Scorpio that's really putting the effort into the relationship, a person that is a good fit, a person that that really cares about you. It's just like a plant. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at relationships, and when you look at most relationships, most people, how they treat each other, how they do each other, they end up turning withering the plant. They end up killing the plant, and that's just like killing the relationship. And what I mean by that is, you know, I would say the water, plant food would equal the care, the time, the effort that you put into it. People don't understand whatever you put into the relationship with your Scorpio is what you're gonna get out of it. Whatever you don't water, whatever you neglect is not gonna be there. Don't expect for something that you don't put in, or what effort that you don't put in, or what love that you don't put in to be received on the other side. It's not gonna happen. Leave whatever you leave neglected, whatever you don't feed, whatever you neglect to do, is going to show. Whether it start to brown, whether the leaves and the stems start to brown, whether they start to break off. And when I say leaves and limbs, or whatever you mean, I mean by, like, so the communication, the time and effort, the attitude, because people don't understand is, with us, when you're dealing with a Scorpio, man, it's more about the feeling, about the effort, about the heart and soul of the relationship. We don't look at the crust, we don't look at the masquerade, we don't look at the outside appearance. We look at the heart and soul of the situation, of the person, of the relationship. If the person is cold in a relationship, if the situation seems ice cold, if the person is nasty, if the person is being mean to you, then that's what it is. He's not going to be the individual that's going to try to water that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's at this point it's become a weed. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about us is the we see the silver lining. We see the black. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's black and white." No, we just see it for what it is. We don't try to put sprinkles on stuff. We don't try to, you know, uh, have some pretty rainbow at the end of the road or whatever. No, we not those type of individuals. We see everything for what it is. And a lot of people don't understand that, and so they don't realize when the relationship. They don't. A lot of them don't understand until that man is completely gone. They don't understand what they had until their Scorpio brother is gone, or their Scorpio cousin is gone, or their Scorpio person is gone. They just, a lot of people don't take anything into consideration, and they expect that Scorpio man in particular to be some type of Mr. Sunshine, or some type of person of, some type of passive aggressive individual. You got to understand, when you're dealing with us, you're not going to be dealing with a passive aggressive individual. You're not dealing with a person that is not in tune with itself. You're dealing with a person that's very serious, a person that's very in tune, a person that's very in depth when it comes to love, when it comes to relationship. Let me tone this down. I ain't that tall. Okay, a person that comes into relationships, a person, they think, oh, things are going good sometimes. I can bring my A game. Five, eight times out of 10, 5 times out of 10. I can be nice sometimes, but I'm gonna obviously be nasty. I'm gonna obviously be ungrateful. I'm gonna obviously be disconnected and expect for the Scorpio man to be this the Scorpio individual, Scorpio female to be this individual of a courtesy, individual that's going to always be there, an individual that's going to stick it out with you, but that's not going to happen. Eventually he's going to start separating it, and just like a plant, it's going to start withering away until you. And a lot of people don't realize it until it's completely gone, until there's nothing left to salvage out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? One thing about us is we look at when I talk about the heart and soul, we look at the communication. We look at the time a person put into us because a person could say this and a person could say that. A person could make themselves look like this. A person can make themselves look like that. But when it all boils down to it, it's boiled down to how you treat that person. Are you as appreciation? Do you appreciate the love that you receive? Are you as grateful for the love and attention that you receive? You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself that. You got to ask yourself before you even deal with this man, before you even try to find an argument with this man. Ask yourself, am I, and when I think about it overall, think about all your relationships. Think about, am I a very loving person? Am I a very understanding person myself? Don't just look at it and glance at it one sided. You got to look at it as, and have I been as kind as I want to receive? Have I been that understanding individual that he should be an understanding person? Have I been a kind person where he should be very kind to me, or have I been complacent? Have I been very nasty? Have I been very egotistical? Because if you receiving that behavior from him, most likely you already put that emotion into the situation. You already sprinkled those seeds. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you chop off the plant before it gets there, before it even starts to grow. When I mean by chop off the plant before it even starts to grow, is like when y'all in the beginning stages of the relationship, or when the relationship even starts to get to the point where it's sprouted and grow. It's like a lot of individuals that date Scorpio, a lot of people that surround themselves around Scorpio is they do the worst stuff. They do thoughtless stuff. They start to become very comfortable because we do have a laid back exterior, because we, just like I say, we are not like fire signs that always have this amped aggression to get it the last word out, or always have this nasty scowl to make somebody not like us. We're not these individuals. We the type of people that we want to be understanding. We want to be kind to people. We want to be loving towards people. But at the same time, we know that we have to keep a hard exterior. We have to keep a certain aggression. We have to keep a certain motive towards, because there's nobody in the fight for us. Is nobody. We don't have this team of people that we build a wall around ourselves to protect us. We don't have. We're not these type of individuals. When you talk about Scorpio individuals, even if they have an enormous fam, we're not these individuals that gonna call this person. I always call that person. We don't do that stuff. We internally deal with our situations. We internally deal with our turmoil. We internally deal with our tragedies. We don't go crying on people's shoulder. We not that He's not gonna be the type of individual that's going to whine every 5 seconds every time something is going wrong. He's going to let the chips fall where they fall. Whatever you don't water on that plant, whether in that relationship, is not going to be there. So if you were a neglectful individual, and you say, oh, he's not that important, it's going to show by your actions. It's going to show by the way you do things. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show. And he's going to feel it, and he's going to react to it the way that the energy that you put out is going to be the reaction that you get. And anything else is not going to be there. Whatever you don't put into the relationship with the Scorpio man is not going to be there. It's going to wither away until the point is nothing there. And a lot of times, like I tell y'all, y'all got to listen to me when I tell y'all got to listen to me good, because it's very serious. It's very, very serious, because you got to understand you're dealing with a very serious individual, a very big-hearted individual, a very connected individual, a very loving individual, and when we connect to people, we it's really deep, it's really meaningful. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I love you," I love you, I care about you, I want to, no, we don't just say that. No, we're not just saying that. When I say I love you, I love you, I love you close. We connected. It ain't no halfway. It ain't no I'm gonna do this sometimes and then next time I'm gonna treat you like garbage. It don't work like that. It has to be a consistency. It's just like watering the plant. You can't just water the plant every 3 months and expect the plant to grow healthy and to grow strong and to grow and to have the same greenness to it, to have the same lush to it. You have to be consistent with it. You have to nurture the plant. You have to if you want a good relationship, if you want a healthy relationship, if you want it to grow, whether he's your nephew, your whatever, you still have to water. You have to be consistent in the energy that you put into it. He's going to put that same energy into it. He's going to put that same aggression into it, even though sometimes it might seem like he might be disconnected. Sometimes it might seem like he's not appreciative. He does. He's there. Anytime you got to question yourself if your Scorpio is there, it's because if he's there and he's showing his presence, if he's talking to you, he's being consistent with you, and you still question yourself, it's because it's something going on internal. It's not because he's not showing it. A lot of times you have to understand, you have to get yourself to, a lot of times you got to understand that this man is there for you. You got to understand that he's loyal. You got to understand that a lot of people hear that and be like, yeah, I know he's there, but sometimes he don't, sometimes he's quiet. Sometimes he's very stern. Sometimes he has such a scowl on his face. Sometimes he has such an outward exterior where is I can't really understand him. But you got to understand that is the our appearance. We're not these type of individuals that's going to walk around with the enormous big smiley face all the time. But you got to understand, if he's there with you, if he's consistent with you, if he's always checking up on you, if he's always communicating with you, you don't have to question that, because we do not put time into stuff that's not going to grow. We see our relationships as plants, and if we see the plant, if we see the other party, whether it's a friend, whatever, is doing something, they doing everything to kill the relationship, whether it's is whether the plant away until it dies, then we're not gonna water that plant. We're not gonna even deal with that. We're not gonna even put our energy into that, because it's a waste of time. But if you see him being consistent with you, if you see him showing you love, if you see him checking on you, if you see him always trying to help you, it's because he loves you. If he's there with you and he's communicating with you, if he opens up with you, you really in a really strong place. And whether you realize it or not, you really in a strong place, because we don't open up to everybody, because a lot of people don't understand us. Let me see what's going on. Uh, I told y'all, once I get rolling into it, I roll into it. Even if I come off and start off and ease on into it, once y'all know, once I get into running these, run into this message, man, I really get into it, because I really appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all like. Don't y'all? I see a lot of y'all come in here, but y'all don't like. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. All my moderators, y'all make sure everybody hit the like button. I see a couple of y'all come in here, but y'all don't hit that like button. I don't, make sure y'all support, hit that like button. Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta put this in here, because I need to put this and make this known, because y'all y'all is not being fair to me today. A lot of y'all come in here, y'all come in just to see what's going on, and don't hit the like button. Y'all make sure y'all support. Y'all make sure y'all really support. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna put my link in if you can donate and show some love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, I'm gonna put my email in also, because I realized ever since I started doing this, it's just been it's crazy. Just like what I told y'all, it's been a climb. It's been an uphill mountain, and I realized like ever since I started doing this, it's like it's crazy, man. It's like when I was crazy and disconnected and ignorant, so many people were connected to me. But when you start wising up, when you start to grow like a plant, when you start to spread your wings, so to say, and go into the eagle stage as Scorpio. It's like people will, to your Phoenix stage, people, you will start to see the crowds get smaller and smaller. Your circle will start to get smaller. It's gonna get so small to the point you can't fit a dime in it. You won't be able to squeeze a dime in your circle because it's so small. And but that's the reality of the situation. It's only gonna be one or two people, and I'm blessed to have one or two people that understand me unconditionally and love me unconditionally in this world, and I appreciate them. Let me see. Hello, Miss Taya. Thank you so much for coming in. I wasn't expecting you. Let me see who else up in here. I seen a couple of y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all like the video too. Don't y'all do that to me. Uh, please make sure you like the video. I be seeing a lot of y'all come in here don't like the video. What is going on? Hey, Miss Bubbly, y'all got some names on y'all. I don't be. Some of y'all got if y'all want that want a certain response from me, yeah, and y'all got to have certain names. Don't come in there with these crazy names because I'm not gonna call your name out because put my I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot of cussing and slurring. I told you I'm evolving, so even if I get enraged and get mad, I'll get mad and get enraged, but I'm trying not to. I'm building, I'm growing, so I'm not doing as much cursing. I'm not gonna be doing a bunch of unnecessary profanity. It is a time to cuss, but not all the time. Hey, with K, you guys are extremely hurt over small stuff and take things too far. If I make you a little jealous, that don't mean tell me you want to move in with somebody else. Literally happened yesterday. Okay. Yeah, you got to understand when you're dealing with us, it's very wholehearted. He's going to have, he's not going to be overly jealous, but he's not going to tolerate any signs of disrespect because when you playing when he seem like you trying to make him jealous, are you doing things to make him jealous? Are doing things that will obviously make him jealous? I draw jealousy, I draw anger, I draw any type of reaction that's negative. He's going to give you that medicine in 10 doses in a double dose, not because he's trying to hurt you, because he's going to make you feel, he's going to make you aware of what you're doing. He's not going to be the type that's going to sit passive aggressively, and I told y'all I got to make y'all understand that with K, he's not going to be passive aggressive with the situation. He's not going to play around with me. You got to be serious. If you want him to be serious with you, then be serious with him. If you want him to be a silly dude and be disloyal and be crazy, then you got the wrong person. We not those type of individuals. We'll walk away from a situation, especially at the Phoenix stage. We'll walk away from a situation before we start to deteriorate ourselves, morally, bring ourselves down to a lower vibration. He's not going to do that. He's just gonna will snap off. He might snap off in anger, but he's not gonna take on the action. He'll get away from you before he do that and just start a whole nother situation. Don't try to play around with him to see what type of reaction you get. Don't try to play games to see, because you're not gonna get a good reaction. You're not gonna. It's not gonna. He's not gonna be these 2019 displacing dudes that's not going to say anything to you. He's not going to let it slide. He's not going to do any of that stuff. He's going to approach you, and he's going to let you know what's going on. He's going to pull you by your coattail and let you know, hey, I don't like this. Hey, I don't like that. He's not, and we don't do it to make scenes. We'll do it on a one-on-one basis. Everything, when you got to understand with Scorpio, even if you get mad at us or we have a fallout, everything is one-on-one. We don't have a bunch of we don't try to have conversations in front of everybody. We don't try to wait till a bunch of people around to start talking to you. Right? Like I never did that in any of my situation relationships. I always made sure there was a certain there was a certain quiet, a certain silence, a certain privacy, because just like anything, you should respect. I respect the relationship. I respect the time I put into it. So I'm not gonna. Hold on. Let me. Hey, shout to sing. I almost forgot y'all. Aquarius K. Nope. Never when a fight happens. I never ran, told my mother like all the other kids. No, we're not these individuals. You gotta understand, we dealing with Scorpio, we're very tough. We're not these individuals that's gonna run to this person because I'm going through this turmoil situation. I go through the it's easy for that to do that. But I that's where the strength comes in. That's where the wisdom comes in, because one thing, when I'm going through something, I internally take it, I take it in, I think about it, and that's what Scorpios do. Even if you think he's backing away, we'll internally think about the situation and give it a thought. Because it's a lot of situations, even that happened yesterday, that I felt that was trying to bring out the old character in me, bring out the lower vibration in me, bring out certain anger in me. But I realized that everything is it's to show your growth. You can't just say you're growing like a plant, and you, at the same time you're withering away like a weed. You have to put yourself. You have to be tested. You have to be tried. You're going to be tried by everybody around you. You're going to be tried by the people that you love the most, and that's one thing. That's a real test of your growth as a Scorpio. You're gonna react to things in a more positive way. And I realized that everything had to happen for a reason. Even for me as a Scorpio in my situation, I had to realize that, even as a Scorpio, we don't just throw anything at everybody else and take the blame. We take the blame also. I understand that it's times where I wasn't as appreciative. I was times that I wasn't as empathetic. It was times that I wasn't as kind. And I understood that I had to learn, that I had to grow from that. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that I don't want to be seen in negative light, especially if it's undeserved, especially if the person is very positive to me, if the person is very nurturing to me, is very loving to me. You got to put that same energy in. And I realize whatever energy that I want to get out of it, just like a plant, just like a relationship, I'm going to water it. I'm going to buy plant food for it. I'm gonna make sure it gets plenty of sunlight. And what I mean, like sunlight, is mean like good conversation, is you know you having laughed and just joking around, laughing with each other, is water, is putting sunshine on the plant. Because if you in a good situation, a good loving relationship, having laughs together, it only brings that out. Having fun with each other only brings that out. It only helps it flourish. It helps it grow. It helps your bond become closer. uh I was like, y'all got the courage, and then it always make the situation dramatic. Hey, Aquarius K. Hey, thank you so much. We mirror you. Just do it 10 times. Yeah, we mirror it, but sometimes we do take it to another extreme. That's why I tell y'all um, at times, if be observant. If you're gonna be in the situation with us, be observant what you're doing. Be observant. Understand your part to play. Understand the part that you play in a relationship is just important as any part, because it's very important. We look at you very deeply, even if it seems like he's very stern or very stiff at times. You got to understand, we don't show it. We not these, y'all. Excuse me. Oh man, y'all got to excuse me. I'm trying to come down with a little something. Y'all, you got to understand that. Hold on, let me put this link in. We're not these individuals that wear our emotions on our sleeve. And a lot of times I know it can be very confusing. And at times, especially when he gets angry, you got to understand, he's not going to be the type of person to wear his emotions on his sleeve. He's going to be At times it's going to be very, we're not easy to read at all. Even if you've been around us and you lived around us, we're not these easy people to read and understand. You got to understand, even if he seems like he's a hard, whether he's hard and he's being difficult, you got to understand. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, thank you so much, Ali. Um, I really appreciate. It's crazy because I was watching Muhammad Ali yesterday. I was watching Muhammad Ali. Sometimes you got to watch some Ali to bring you to lift you up. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like watching Muhammad Ali interviews to make you feel, you ready to go back into the ring. And that's one thing about us as Scorpios. We look into things very deeply. He's looking into you very deeply. If he's in a relationship with you, it's not just gonna be like, oh, some lighthearted. I'm very deep with her on certain days, maybe an anniversary here, maybe a birthday. I'll bring out my real emotions. Maybe if something happens real crazy, I'll bring out. No, you got to understand, 24/7, 365. He always have this energy, these emotions, this passion, this energy always brewing. It's brewing just like a stew. It's brewing. Even if it's, you know how grandma had that kettle, that old school kettle, and even though it looked like nothing cooking, when you touch it, it could scald your skin right off the bone because you didn't realize that black kettle was steaming and boiling and brewing and burning the whole time. Is That's the same thing when you got to think about when you talk about dealing with relationships and experiences with others. You got to understand it's always brewing. That energy, emotion is always brewing. His love, his passion for you, his energy, his desire for you is always there. And one thing that a lot of people don't understand is no this is what makes it this is what makes us real attached to women, or make women get real attached to us and magnetic, because we are we have a very potent way of displaying our characteristics. And what I mean by that is when I love you, it's always there. It's just like the first day. Like whether we are intimate together, whether we're laughing together, it's gonna be just like he has. Even if it seems one way or another, the passion hasn't changed. If he's there with you and you see the fire in his eyes, the passion is still there. The desire for the relationship, for the friendship, for whatever is still there. It's always there. That strength, that courage that you seen in the beginning is still there. Even sometimes you might have to bring it out of them, but it hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't distinguished his love for you, his energy for you. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's just brewing. He just knows we know when to cool it down, and we know when to turn it up. And it's certain things that bring it out faster than others, especially when we get angry. When I tell y'all, when we get angry, it's not going to be sporadic. It builds up over time. So just like what Whit K was telling me, that she made him a little jealous. If he said something sporadic right there on the spot in order to get a reaction out of you, more than likely you already done quite a few things to test his patience. You already said quite a few hurtful things to make him angry, because we brew over time. We don't just sporadically, get angry. We just don't lash out. We build it. It builds up. It builds. We don't. That's one thing, which is a curse and a gift at the same time, because like five signs, I wish I could just sporadically get mad and just tell people right there on the spot, like, hey, like, but it's like we don't have that. It's not in our nature. We just sit there. It just brews. It brews and it boils. It boils and it boils. It's like it's something in us that say, "Hey, no, not yet. This a little scrap. We ain't got time for scraps. We got a whole real big issues that we got to take on the big fish. We don't have time to try to catch guppies in a Ziploc bag. You got to get the whole big fish. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like that same attitude. We don't like to bicker and nag. He's not going to do that. But when it starts to brew to the point of being out of control, that's when you'll start to see it. When he gets to the point where he's fed up, then you will start to see the lash out. So if you get some type of reaction out of him, it's been building for a long time. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ali. I don't know if that's really Ali. It might be somebody else. Who knows? But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you show some love. You can. Let me see. January 20th. Hey, January 24th. I mean 34th. Um, Me and my husband understand each other because he is ending. He's the ending Scorpio, and I'm the beginning Capricorn. Okay, my husband Scorpio, and he had to grow on me in order for me to understand him. Absolutely, you got to understand us on an intimate level to really, really understand us. And even though he might seem like a person that's very, very introverted, even though he might seem like a person that has this deep silence. Um, Hey, hey, Wonderless Love, thank you so much. I know I always called you out, but I'm gonna say your other name. I'm gonna say your other screen name too. Give. Let me see. I'm gonna see because yeah, because you got to understand this, and for me to build my relationship, for me to get the best out of my relationship, I had to really get to understand the person as much as they had to understand me. But it takes other people a lot longer to understand us because we are not these open books all the time, and sometimes no, that's not true. I'm very very happy, but at the same time I take in the energy which is around me, and we try to. That's why a lot of times when we are in places that have a certain negative energy, we try to keep to ourselves. We don't try to soak in this and soak in that. That's why you won't see a Scorpio try to break his neck to get to a big gathering. I'll break his neck to get to some big cookout. I'll break his neck to get to some big gather, because it's like it's so many energies and negative energies tearing away at you. It's so many things that you gotta balance when you into those situations, and we don't try to put ourselves in those situations. That's why a lot of times we stay to ourselves, and we we don't deal with a whole lot of negativity. Let me see. Give too much in their own way, and when they can't get the same in return, it hurts. The hurt is going to be 100 times more than any other sign. Absolutely, you get it, Shaka. You definitely get it. Sometimes I feel like my Scorpio is the weirdest thing alive on Earth. Yes, yes, we do have a tendency to be weird, but we're weird in a loving way. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I told y'all I'm trying to come down with. So I'm trying to fight it for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really, really, really do. Let me see what's going on up in here. Okay, bubbly is cool. Okay, okay, I'm gonna call you bubbly then. Okay, let me see what's going on in here. Thank you, Wonderless Love. I know a lot of y'all busy. I know, Nina usually being here. I appreciate everybody that is tuning in to watch. I know it's a different time, but I know y'all gonna watch it when y'all get a chance. I really appreciate all the love. Um, Michelle Law. Okay, just making sure I see everybody. Yes. You guys hold things to the heart and never forget. And it's not that we trying to forget, but we do have we able to get over stuff, but it's certain type of people that do certain. It's not the type of thing where okay you let it go or whatever, but it's like a lot of people will hurt us and continually do stuff. A lot of people will almost arrogantly hurt us, and almost like to wear a banner, like, oh yeah, I disrespected you. I continue to do the same thing and think we're gonna grow. I think the Scorpio is gonna continue to be around them and continue to take down their negative aspects. Nah, absolutely not. And it's crazy. Now I be it's crazy. It's crazy because I always been, we all these people don't. A lot of people just don't understand it. Like I always try to be this person, be open, be welcoming, be loved. Because I know it's hard. It's real hard to find a person like that. It's really hard to find people like that. But we don't get that in return. It's only a few people that really understand us to that extent and really understand that seriousness of us. It's crazy. Like every time I try to build something positive, I do something positive. I see. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you. Um, every time I try to put a positive foot forward, put a positive energy foot forward. It seemed like it's being taken for granted, or it seemed like oh I'm weak, or it seemed like oh I'm doing like this, and it's crazy. I almost put myself in a situation where I was going to embrace certain people, and I had caught them, talking, just steady. You know how it is with this crazy social media stuff, y'all. I just seen these people just constantly throwing stones, and I was like, oh my god, I don't post, I don't put a lot of stuff up there, but it's like it's this enormous negative energy. It's full of evil energy. When I look at stuff like that, like these different platforms, and like I see a lot, it's a lot of negative people up there. A lot of people use that stuff to throw evil energy, to throw negative energy, to throw hateful energy. And I was like, wow, I almost, and the crazy thing is I was almost going to reach out to these people, and you know what I'm saying, and put myself in this negative situation, not realizing how much they really deeply have certain animosity towards me, or certain hate towards me. One thing about us, we observe people actions. It ain't about what you do in front of my face. You can wear a big Kool-Aid smile in front of my face, but you can be evil as a wicked witch. Behind my back, you talk about me like a doggone dog behind my back. You know what I'm saying? But you want me to be clapping like a shield. Like people crazy. People want you to people would treat you like dog, teach you like dog dung on the bottom of their feet. But they expect you to be these kind people. They expect you to be these happy go lucky people. And it don't work like that. Whatever energy you put into it is what you're gonna get out. Whatever love you want to receive, you got to put that in. You can't expect them to be Sky 11. Don't pay me no mind. I can't help it. I got that crazy sense of humor. I can't help it. Y'all don't pay me no mind. Uh, you just it's certain things we observe. We look at people. We look at people deeply, and we understand people don't have that same love. People don't have that same energy in their heart. They just don't. People don't have that same understanding. Those few people that do, we sprinkle that we shower them with abundance of love, because we understand it's very rare. It's very very rare that people understand us and people get us. Let me see. When my Scorpio man goes silent on me, should I walk? Should I wait for him to contact me? No. Just talk to him. Just be genuine. Don't if your Scorpio goes silent on you, just be genuine with him. Just be loving with him. Be the same person. Understand what I'm saying by just like a plant. Keep watering the situation. Keep watering the plant. He's the plant is a relationship, right? So keep watering the plant. Keep nurturing the plant. What do you think? You just gotta be consistent. He will come. He will definitely understand and know that you're there, and he'll know that you just don't come with the cookie cutter stuff. Don't try to make small talk. Don't try to talk about insignificant things. Don't try to bring up stuff that really don't have no relevance. Talk about very deep stuff. Talk about stuff that's deep, that you wouldn't really usually feel comfortable talking about, but talk about really, really stuff, how you know how much you love him, how much you appreciate him. Just be genuine, and he'll understand you even in moments of silence. He'll understand. Let me see. Uh, yeah, we blow up so big because it be multiple things, and I try to combat the issues, but they just don't be getting it. Then they push one boundary and the stinger is out. Absolutely. A lot of times with us, the boundary is pushed. A lot of times we, even though we have such a laid back experience, stereo, a lot of people will get it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people understand it, but with us, it's harder to understand because when we're frustrated or when something's, we don't just be like, hey, I don't like, we try to be calm. We are very calm. We take things as they go. We don't try to be, you know, nit nat about every little thing, but we look at stuff very deeply. We look at stuff very seriously, and we're not going to, let nobody run over us. We're not going to be these weak people. We're not these weak individuals. If you came to Scorpio man, you got a Scorpio man. You don't have a Scorpio marshmallow. You don't have a Scorpio rubber ducky. You don't have a Scorpio uh, you know soft cookie dude. I don't know what's a word for you. You don't have Johnny Simpleton. You know what I'm saying? You have a real solid individual, a real strong individual. You have a real stern individual, and just like any man, just like any strong individual, he's not going. He's going to he can take he can take the licks as they come along, but he's not going to let it get to the point where he lets you run him over with those licks at the same time. We can take our hits. We can take our critics. We can take people, being against us, but at the same time, we're not going to let nobody run over us. It's not going to happen. Let me see. Uh, He has become more loving but less talking. I'm confused. He remembers even the smallest things about me, but goes silent for months. You have to find out, Shasta saying you have to be able to communicate because I know at times a lot of us, say that Scorpio goes silent, but a lot of you don't keep in contact with them. A lot of you are not consistent with them. You can't just be consistent a little bit and then, not be consistent for the next 8 days. It's just like watering the plant. Just like I told you, like watering the plant, you can't just feed it plant food sometime. You can't just water your garden sometimes and think the plant's gonna come out healthy. You're gonna get what you put into it. You know, like you don't see if I'm talking to you and giving you energy, I'm still there. Forget my cold exterior. We're not mad or upset all the time. Absolutely, we're not mad and upset all the time. A lot of times we're laid back and feeling, actually feeling great, but a lot of people don't really look at us. You got to look at us and understand us and know us. Hey, God body. Hey, forever evolving. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate the love. Um, just finished work and managed to log in. It's 6:30 p.m. in London. Hey, peace to London. Google LLC. Why is Scorpio so busy? Uh, what do you mean? You got to. Can you break that down a little bit for me? I really appreciate it. Hey, Scott. Let me see. Such a great analogy, Butterscotch. Thank you, Butterscotch. Love. Whitney K laughing. Uh, what is and what I love and adore about Scorpios? You guys are very unique, smart, responsible, and fun to be with. Guys are very intelligent. Hi, Takara. I caught a live chat. Yay. Yeah, you caught a live morning from New Zealand. Hey, hey, good morning, Carla. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because I'm trying to make sure I hit all the points for this particular topic. You know, um, a lot of times, even though a lot of times it don't seem like it, I know it's certain times it might be hard to understand, but we do care. We care a lot. We over care. You know, we really, really care deeply. That's why it's so different. That's why you be like, this man is so different. That's why you be like, this man is so out of the ordinary, because we do care a lot. We care a lot, and when we care and love about people, and they seem to be unappreciative of it, or they try to stab us in the back, or they talk about us, or they treat us weird. You know, you got to understand, it hurts a lot. You know what I'm saying? And we will react to it. You know, a lot of times, um, a lot of people don't understand. You got to be consistent with us. We're not these 50 part-time type of individuals. We're not these part-time, you know, loving type of people where sometimes I'm cool with you, sometimes I'm gonna be all right with you. This year I'm gonna be cool with this relative. Next year we gonna be hanging together. This year I'm gonna be nasty to this relative, to this person. Next year we gonna be cool, because no, it's not that type of individual. The way we are, we stay consistent with it. So if we stop messing with people, stop dealing with people, we back away for good. And we stop talking to people. We don't, we give them the same, and we give that energy and consistency, because we don't play games, because we are very, very, very caring individuals. We are very wholehearted individuals. If you don't understand us, you know, it's, you never will, because we put everything into our relationship. We put everything into what we're doing, what we pursuing, where we trying to head. We he's going to put everything into it. But if you're not showing that same energy, if think to yourself very seriously, if you're not putting that same energy, if you putting out that same love, is not going to feel the same. You know, it's not, he's not going to react the same. Let me see. Y'all will look into a person's eyes and soul and get rise out of hurting a person after they hurt you. Yeah, but y'all do love hard. I don't know. Whit K, what is you? I don't, because you is coming off all over the place. Whit K, what is your birth? You said, I think you said you Capricorn or something. What is your birthday? Because you have a lot of, you come in with a lot of complaints, young lady. Let me see what's going on. Oh yeah, it's that's the hard one right there, because y'all so disconnected and detached at times. It makes it very hard for us to understand you. Also, it makes it hard for us to be very close to you, because y'all very detached. Y'all don't like emotional bonding. Y'all not, I mean, y'all like to be loved. Y'all like to be admired. Y'all like the people to respect your intelligence, but y'all not very close emotional individuals. Y'all not very y'all more detached than attached, and that's almost that's polar opposites of our behavior, the way we act. Hey, Miss Marzelli, talk to God body personally. I think you need to talk to him. Yes, you need to talk to me. You right, Shanta. Yeah, email me. Let me put my email in. Thank you. Let me put my email. Another Scorpio girl said, at first we treat you how you want to be treated at first, then how you treat us. But I don't know about all Scorpio, but I feel like we not the type to just annoy people for the sake. No, we don't do that, because we know exactly how it feels, because we are the type of individuals, you know, that really look real deeply into it. I never really, that's why I told y'all, like I was serious when I told y'all, like I used to always befriend like people that would be considered a nerd, considered the unpopular kid. Like I always had one, you know what I'm saying? Even though I could have hung with anybody, I did anything, you know, because I had the football, you know, player friends, and I had the, you know, the big shots, the what you call the hot shots or whatever. But I look into the soul of a person. I look into the character of a person. I don't look into how popular they are, how they appear to be. I look at who they truly are, you know, who they really are, who their character really is. That's why, You might see me hang around the little Irish guy with glasses. You might see me hanging out with a guy that's 5 feet tall that that has a stomach that sticks out here, but he's one of the most loyal, most kindest homeboys that I could call on. You know what I'm saying? I don't look for, oh, cause you cool with all these people. Are you popular with all these people? Oh, you play ball real nice. You do this like me. Nah, that it don't work like that with us. We look at a person for the for who they are, for who their character is, because that's what makes a person. That's what makes a fiber of a person is their character, their morals, their value, their attitudes. So he's gonna look at you. He's gonna look at that more than anything. You be like, but I've been looking fine all week. I've been, doing this and doing that. But has your character been good? Has your behavior been nice? Have you been loving? Have you been understanding? Uh, have you been consistent? Let me see, Jaden Thompson. Thompson. Jaden Thompson. We got Thompson in the house. Um, I'm Scorpio woman in a relationship with a Scorpio man, and he told me when we first met that he doesn't look for how a girl looks or how her body looks. And I'm the same way. Yeah, we look for a character trait because I ran across many women that were stunningly gorgeous, but I didn't want to be around them. I didn't want to look at them. I didn't want to look at them. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. I'm gonna tell you a story. It's a crazy, it's a weird little story, but y'all bear with me for a second. It was this girl. She was a beautiful girl. I was in school. I was real young. This was like my middle school years, and she was beautiful. Everything. She was gorgeous, tall, had the whole thing, had the whole body, everything. But at this point, I wasn't the god body I was now. I was still, how you go through the awkward teenage stages and stuff. So I was awkward and stuff, and she liked to pick with me. I don't know why. It was 100,000 nerds all over the place. She liked to mess with me. I don't know why. She liked to pick with me. I felt like Charlie Murphy with Rick James. For some reason, she liked to mess with me. She liked to pick with me out the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And she would just badger me. She would ride me like a dog. She would focus her attention. Even if I tried to, let me see, I'll be like, maybe if I sneak around and come to class quiet, maybe she won't notice me. Then she be like, hey, I'll be like, oh God, this is like this is torture. You know what I'm saying? So most dudes would have been like, man, at least she paying attention to you. You know what I mean? I can't never even get her to look at me. And dudes be like, man, she fine or whatever. I'm like, man, she is evil to me. I want her to get away from me because her character was crazy. It didn't matter how beautiful she was. She was mean to me. I couldn't stand her. You know what I'm saying? I understood later that, girls pick on guys that they like when they little, when they young and stuff. And that's the way it's showing they like you. But it didn't feel like that then. It felt like she hated me. It felt like it was, you know what I'm saying? So it's that character. We look at a person's character. I won't looking at how good she looked. I looked at how mean she was. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up on not being aggressive with girls, even if they doing too much. I wasn't that tight. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what to do, especially at that time. I ain't know what to do. Let me see. My Scorpio man tries to make me jealous. Then he gets turned on when I check him. Childish. Jaden Thomas. Yes. Then when girls would be in his face all the time, he paid no attention to them. But when I came along and was quiet and reserved and didn't pay attention to him, he gravitated towards me. Yes, if you ever get to absolutely. Yes, if you ever get to a Scorpio, it's a deep connection for sure. Absolutely. We look at a person deep character. We look at the fiber. We look at the heart and soul of him. So understand when he looking at you from a extremely serious standpoint. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like. I see 27 and y'all only 23 likes. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, please. Oh me, I got along with the popular kids, but the my closely associates were friends were quiet, nerdy, yeah, label type of people, people that would call labels like. That's why you see Scorpio. You see us with all types of friends. You'll see me with a country bumpkin. You'll see me with the nerdy Irish kid. You'll see me with the with the African exchange student. You'll see me with a couple of Jamaicans. You see me with the white guy over it. But I don't look at it like that. I look at the heart and soul of the person. I don't look at the color because it's people that look just like me have been some of my worst critics, have been some of my worst enemies. So I don't look at it. I can't go by being one dimensional. I can't be that brainwashed anymore. I have to look at it real serious and understand that everything fiber of a person don't have nothing to do with their nationality or color where they from. It's about the character of a person. Just like I had to tell my homeboy because he's always talking about American this and American that, and I understand it is problems, here and it's a lot of problems, dealing with human relationships, but you got to understand there's bad everywhere. It's gonna be bad everywhere. It's about the character into a person. You can go all the way to Australia and find somebody that gets on your nerves. Trust me. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. I'm gonna put my links in. I did, and it's crazy. I wasn't gonna do this today, but that's when I really need to do them. Exact. Absolutely. It's definitely when I need to do them. Is when I really don't want to do them. That's the weird thing about this. Uh, the more close you get to them, it seems like the more they get closed off or guarded. Scorpio men seem to close off. Yeah, I kind of did that in the beginning. I kind of closed off. Hey, Terry, what's going on, Terry? I kind of closed off, but uh, I had to learn to trust. I had to learn to that everybody's not the same. I had to understand that everybody is different. I couldn't be one dimensional. Hey, Le, Lene, secretful. Oh, okay. Break time. Break time. Yeah. I had to learn to trust. I had to learn to let people in one at a time. I had to learn and realize to appreciate the ones that are real close to me. I had to realize that yes, there are the 90%, the 95%, 98%, 99%, but you still got to treat that 1% and understand that you don't have to put everybody into one bowl. It is going to be that certain person, certain one, a handful of people that you can trust. It is certain people that you can be loving towards. It is certain people that you can be nice to and welcome in, and be cool with. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to put everybody into a one dimensional box. You don't have to put everybody into one category. You don't have to show everybody the elbow, so to say. You don't have to build this brick wall around us. And it takes time, but eventually he'll trust you. You just have to give him time to understand you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put my link in one more time. If y'all want to email me, make sure you donate and email me if you need some advice, have some questions. If you're not sure what to donate, just email me and I'll let you know and answer your questions. I'm gonna put my links in my and donate if you can. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, but always remember the relationship with the scorpion is like a plant. Don't get to the point where you think it's gonna grow by itself, or you think everything is just gonna fall into place. Are you gonna wake up in this blossoming, beautiful flower? You know what I'm saying? No, you're gonna have to plant it. You can't stop on it and expect it to not die. You can't sprinkle negative energy into it, because just like negative energy, just like a real plant, you can't play rock heavy metal rock music around a growing plant, because that plant will eventually wither away. A lot of people don't even understand that. Like a living plant, it can't take a lot of that loud music, a lot of that uh low vibrational music, a lot of a lot of cursing around it. If you cussing around it, always raising hell around it, that plant will eventually start to, almost like a human, it will eventually deteriorate. The plant will start to die. It will actually really start to die. If you start yelling at it, start being low vibrational around it, not watering it, that plant will literally die with like that. Let me see. But that plant, if you play classical music around it, you play some Donny Hathaway, you play some smooth jazz, you play some Boney James, you play you just like you play some Najee, the saxophone player, you play some good music, any type of good music, whatever you like playing, it's going to help. That plant is going to almost, it's going to almost take on that characteristic of that music that you play. It's going to take on that that's why you see people talking to their plants and giving good energy to their plants. Is just like that. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Terry. Frank Sinatra. I'm gonna put my link in one more time if I head out. I love y'all so much. You know, I really appreciate all the love. I thank you so much for coming in, because I was reluctant to do this one, because sometimes, just like any Scorpio, if y'all see a lot of Scorpio pages, a lot of Scorpios, they got pages, you know, except for me and Sun Scorpio, like most of them are not really consistent. Most of them will make a video and you won't see them for 8 months, or they'll make a video, you won't see them for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Or they make a video and you won't see them for a long time. Or they make videos, or they won't answer their comments. Or they make videos and they won't answer this. Or they keep a. It's always a certain wall closed in. So you got to understand that, yes, I do get these personality traits also, but as I'm going into my Phoenix stage, I'm realizing that it's good to bring people in. It's good to network with people. It's good to not be so private all the time. It's good to thank you, Lanes for Sequel, for thank you so much. Definitely will be emailing you. Thank you so much, Jaden. Thank you. No, I do it in private. Keep my roses pretty. Absolutely. I talk to my plants and animals. People find it crazy. No, it's not crazy, because when I used to play all that old school music from the 70s, the 80s, I play a bunch of wonderful music. My plant was getting big. My plant was getting wonderful. I got to get me a new plant too. My old plant, it had the, it fell down, and it fell off the top of this little ledge, and my poor plant broke in half. I was so sad. I was so sad. But I got to get me a new plant. Yes, it works very well. Speaking positivity over. Yeah, it does. It does. Thank you, Zodiac Wars. I really appreciate it. But like I said, I love y'all. I really appreciate all the support, the love. Thank you, Miss Taya. Thank you, my boy Terry Keller. Thank you, Shata. Thank you, Sky 11 Hook. Thank you so much. Thank you, all my moderators. Um, just thank you so much. I really, really appreciate y'all. Hold on. What did January 3rd say? I need to see what she said. Shata. Scorpios are never happy. No, it's no. You don't have to block that. That's she could speak that. My husband Scorpio, he had to grow on me in order for me to. No, you don't gotta. Don't. January 34th is cool. Shata. She's cool. She is cool. Me and my husband understand each other because he is ending a Scorpio. He's in this. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't block. Yeah, don't do. She's cool. She's cool. See what I'm saying. See, people would think, oh, because I'm a Scorpio, I'd be like, you like, yeah, yeah, block, do this, be nasty. No, no, I don't have to. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be. We are more mediators than what people think we are. We look for the peaceful situation. We look for a balance. We don't want a bunch of drama. Oh, it's sorry, it was an accident. Okay. Sorry about that. January 31st. It was an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident. My boy Terry. I got you, Terry. Just give me. I'm gonna get it to you. Just give me a. I got you on the next. I'm gonna do it on this video, and I got you on the next jump. But just before I do that, Terry, just hit me up behind the scenes. Hit me up on my email, bro, behind the scenes before I give you a wrench. I just need to talk to you about a couple of things. Let me see. Just hit me up on my email, Terry. I'm gonna give you my email right quick. One more time. Just hit me up on my email, bro. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love. Uh, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. All the brothers that came watch me half fast slap slap. You know, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All the ladies. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonders Love. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you so much, Sky 11 Hook. Thank you so much, everybody, just everybody. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. And I will be back soon. So look out for me. I got more coming. So peace. And I'll see you very soon. Y'all take care. Y'all be peaceful. I love y'all. I'm out.